G'day, everyone, and welcome to the Inside NBA show. I am your host, Matty G. On a pod I usually do solo, it's the Chasedown each week and how to lead into a weekend. But with the short week this week, it changes the game entirely. And someone who is very used to changing the game, he's our number one batsman. He is the biggest horse in all the world. Mick Dell is coming up at you straight after this as we get your must-add players. We review today's action and have a bit of fun. And I spring a special surprise on the big horse Mick Dell himself right up after this.
Welcome to the ultimate super coach and fantasy sports show. You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
He goes like this. He is the biggest horse in town, super coach _ big horse. How are you, Mick Dell?
Yeah, good. Thanks for the pump up. That was very nice of you. But yeah, going well. Just knocked off a day from work and looking forward to chatting all things NBA, mate.
Well, it's more than that, Mick Dell. I've got a surprise for you. And I've got a surprise for all our listeners. Okay. Happy 100th NBA episode. This is it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hot.
Raise the bat,
fantastic.
everybody. We've hit a ton. You know, you get double rep for this. Just so you know, bit of a
yes, sir.
a bit of a throwback 2K reference for you there, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was something. I know. I swear to God. Thank you, Mike Wang. But look, we're here to talk all things NBA on our 100th show as well for the Chasedown. Thank you very much for joining me, Mick Dell. We're going to cut to the shits. We're going to get right down to it because there's the last game of the day planned right now. So let's do our rewind. Starting off the day, the most handsome man in town, Cade Cunningham. I know you love your Cade Cunningham. Him and his Pistons going down to the bounce-back Lakers, who decided to play 4 quarters of basketball today. I guess that's what we can take away. The biggest thing is the Lakers played a whole game.
Yeah, absolutely. They spanked the pants off the Pistons, didn't they, today? 133-107. Anyone stand out for you in this one?
Yeah, look, the big three, and I lose big three loosely here, but it's LeBron. Davis had a great game, and obviously D'Angelo Russell was the biggest one there, plus 31 in the plus minus, but 35 points, 9 assists, 2 blocks for D'Angelo, and a steal. Nice. The efficiency was what we love to see. 5 from 7 from deep, 13 from 17. Mick, a great game from him. The thing that stands out for me is Max Christie's inability to score in this starting unit. Like Hood Schifino came in with 10 points today, but Christie's been the placeholder starter there. He's just not returning anything. You can look elsewhere, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. He's nowhere near even a 20-team format for me. You're definitely looking elsewhere.
Absolutely. Anyone for you in the Pistons today that you like?
Not really. No. Cade Cunningham, 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds on 6 of 15, but he was a minus 33 while on the court. Detroit just don't care about defense, do they?
They don't care about basketball. I mean, no, I take that back. They probably do care about basketball. That's a pretty egregious statement of me to make, but they're not very good at it, seemingly. Like, these guys are 2-16. Like, if the tank job wasn't there, it is now. And with Asar Thompson being the breakout talent he is, your window for him on a buy low. Look, I'm just going to say right now, there is buy low options just presenting themselves left, right, and center. Like, I think with the whole trepidation with Bojan coming back, his minutes could go down. Duran today was trash in his 18 minutes. Like, not a very good 18 minutes from him. You might be able to prize him away. I wanted more from Jaden Ivey, but he only got 19 minutes today. That wasn't a great result. I've been very happy. Look, we're playing against each other in a league this week. I've got Jaden Ivey. I picked him up just because the back-to-back today and tomorrow. And I almost dropped him yesterday to pick up a free agent that I was looking at in one league. And I didn't. And then I regret it today when he goes 7-1-3 and his negative 17. It just feels icky. Icky.
Yep.
Mate, next game of the day for you. Take us through that next one. There's no, we can't say anything nice about Detroit, can we?
No. Next. So here we go. Washington 120 were defeated by the Orlando Magic 139. For the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner was very efficient from the field, going 11 of 14 4 of 6 from deep, 5 of 6 from the line, 6 boards, 3 helpers, 1 block, 31 points. Sergs, 9 from 15 from the floor, 22 points. And Cole Anthony continues to impress, doesn't he, without Markel Fultz? 6 boards, 5 helpers, 2 blocks, 25 points, and a plus 14 on the floor.
Mate, this is what Cole Anthony could have been for the last couple of years instead of being like just the big game winning kind of guy. I love this iteration or version of Cole Anthony. Like if you back to high school scouting, he was widely regarded as one of the best talents in the nation coming into the NBA early on, but his ego pretty much derailed him there. His trade value dropped in time in his performance and his play. And there's something you said in like talking about 2K again. There's something that you've said quite a lot of times. So let's get this one. It's where your expectations exceed your ability. What's that exact statement that you say? There's something you say very openly.
Don't get your ambitions and your abilities mixed up.
Yeah, that was Cole Anthony for pretty much his NBA career. And I think, mate, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. The 25 points is just sparkling. 9 from 16 from the field. Good game from then. Franz Wagner, Gogo, but I'd say still feeling in. We're looking at the whole week of Wendell Carter Jr. being out this week. There was some tell that WCJ could be back. We are hearing that he's probably going to be on the shelf until next week, which is fine. Still hold him because he will be worth it. And Mick, hearing rumors that they're going to continue to roll out Goga because they've been on this heater, I don't see it being the case. Like they're not going to keep Badadze in the starting lineup.
You wouldn't think so, no. But you sort of don't want to fix anything that's not broken, so to speak. Yep. And while they're on this roll, having Badadze in the middle, he's playing some good defense without the stats to show for it. Yep. Who's not to say that Wendell Carter Jr. may come back via the second unit until something happens with that first unit and then makes his way back in?
I think that's what we're looking at. I think you're spot on the money there, Mick. I think we're thinking about Wendell coming back. He's going to get he's been injured. He's going to come back and ease into some minutes. He's going to have obviously some padding or support on that hand as he comes back and then gets some minutes. So therefore, this probably becomes more of a look, Goga's minutes is 24 minutes. Like they're not really starting minutes. Now you look at Mo Wagner and he's only on 19 minutes today, still 4 rebounds, 11 points, plus 18. Nicely rounded out there. The thing, though, I would like to say here is that I look back up over the Wizards, and Tyus Jones continues to be shit this season, which is a shame for Tyus. Poole, 19 points, not what we want. The inability to be efficient from the field will always just be plaguing him. But again, solid enough side work there, I guess you could say, from Coos. But Danny Advia was a guy that I let go today in a league. I had Walker Kessler, and I needed blocks. And I had Walker Kessler in IL, like in still. I was like, I haven't reacted to him yet. I've still got Danny Advia. I've got to drop my worst guy. And I've got a pretty good team in that league. Like I'm happy with them. I dropped Denny, but then he goes and does a thing like this today where he gets 2 steals, 22 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. You know, he gets a 3. He dribbles it in there on excellent efficiency. Look, love Advia. So if he's around there and your team's look, it's a 12-team league, but only a short roster, 10 players. He flirts with that kind of value. If you're a top like 140, if you've got 150 players in your league and Danny Advia is still for some reason out there, please pick him up. Like, please pick up Danny Advia if you've got in a league where it's 150 players. If you've got about 120, 130, maybe look, I even say he's probably worth. Mate, you had him early this season. You really liked him.
Yeah, and I just got him back in a trade. So when we're talking about Advia, just have a look at the injury report for tomorrow. He did go down to the third quarter after hitting a fadeaway bar, clutching at his wrist or his arm. So just be careful, make sure he's not out for any sort of length of time before adding.
And it's a forearm injury, which you never like. If you're going out with that and you're unable to return, I don't know what that is. There was no mention afterwards on the injury report regarding it may be a good sign. So the Wizard bench after exiting the game, so he received treatment on the bench. We don't know the severity, but that's a good sign, not staying back in the locker room.
That's right. I did watch the replay of it. It was a non-contact from when he hit the ground, so it wasn't a reflexive putting his hand back. It's happened mid-shot, so it almost looks like a corky, which is weird for a forearm, but I couldn't see it being much more.
Mate, we've had this conversation about the value of Scotty Barnes, and this is why I want to bring up this next game. The Raptors get a great home win versus the Phoenix Suns today on the road. Booker played 33 minutes, 12 shots, no threes, 8 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. This was I don't think I'm looking at Devin Booker's stat line when I see this.
Yeah, it's shit, isn't it?
It's pretty shit.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to say there's any kind of buy low window on Devin Booker because I don't think anyone would be dumb enough to trade him for a bag of peanuts. But Kevin Durant just continues to be just fucking awesome, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's not a great game from Book. Nurk, solid game from him, 19 points, 14 rebounds, and a couple block shots there. No one really else standing out, though. The minutes distribution, Jordan Goodwin's still getting some off the bench there. But let's have the conversation about Scotty Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
This was, I will say, a bounce back Barnesy game from the earlier season kind of bounce backy Barnesy game. You're a big fan of Scott Barnes. Why are you so high on Scotty Barnes in the Raptors? Talk us through Barnesy.
Yeah, I just like how he does a bit of everything. He's quite athletic. He plays on the smaller guards where he gets his blocks. As we can see today, he's had 3 blocks, 4 helpers, 7 boards, 8 of 8 from the line, 1 of 3 from 3. He does a little bit of everything. And I think that's where he's improved his game to the point where he's not elite at any one thing, but he's very good at a lot of things, which in fantasy basketball is something, consistency is key. So we talk about the bounce back Barnesy. He is very consistent. It's unusual for him not to get a steal in a game. He's normally very good with the lanes, but pretty complete game when we're looking at the only really downside, 4 fouls. Not that that's ever a count against in fantasy basketball, but 7 for 15 from the floor. He's still nearly shooting at 500 in this game.
Yeah, and talk about shooting like efficiently, mate. Jakob Poeltl continues to be absolutely brilliant in the middle to buoy your field goal percentage. I love that. Look, he derail your free throws occasionally, but this is again where I've said, like, Mick, to use our league today, I think free throws are not some of my strongest. So I'm still winning that cat against, like, head to head with you this week. We're both like really, that's going to be, I think, a touch one between us and our ESPN league. I'm looking at the day now. But guys I've got like who can hit free throws, but who haven't been hitting them lately are like my irking thing. I've got guys like Michael Porter Jr. who went 1 from 3 today. Yuck. He usually buoys me. Kawhi Leonard, he buoys my free throw percentage. Jakob goes 1 from 2. So the worst free throw shooter on my team today, it feels weird to say, was Michael Porter Jr., who's generally a pretty reliable, generally good, pretty reliable. But thank God for his 7 from 12 from 3 today. That was a massive game from Michael Porter Jr. We'll get to that one later. But nice game, can I just say, from OG Anunoby. Now, the 13 points on the 500 shooting is excellent. The 3 threes is great. The 3 rebounds, only 1 assist, but the 3 steals and a block. 4 stocks. That's sexy, Mick.
Yeah, that's really nice. He's been a little bit down lately and is a bit of a buy low candidate at the moment. But if he starts pulling out these sorts of stocks, his price, I guess, or his value will improve dramatically. And
people look at this and they'll still underrate OG just based on points alone. Like, they'll look up and down this score. Like, look at the score sheet. Schroeder, shithouse today from the field, but Dennis has been good this season. Let's not disparage him. 12 assists there. Great. But so they look at the 8 points and be like, oh yeah, he just shot like shit for the game because he's Smith. He's Schroeder. He'll just fucking jack it up all over the place. He's like a teenage boy discovering the internet. He'll just throw them up all over the shop. But then you look at the rest of the team and Jakob Poeltl gets 17 points in your starters. Barnesy gets 23. Pascal, great game from him, 22 points. And then you see him being the option that gets the 13, and you kind of just feel a little bit uneasy looking across the team spread, but you shouldn't when you see the consistency across Cats and the efficiency that he did. The 0 from 1 on the free throws. I don't know why he all of a sudden cannot hit a free throw. That's my biggest bugbear in fantasy this season. He's just deteriorated his free throw percentage incredibly. Surely he can be better than this. But yeah, the Raps get the win, and yeah, you've got to think so, right?
Yep.
Surely, Mick. Surely he can do better, especially for me. Just if he can be good, that'd be lovely. Today, hey, guess who won a game of basketball? The Memphis Grizzlies, Mick.
Yeah, wow. Who would have thought?
Doesn't that seem like a shock to say?
Although they are playing the Utah Jazz, so someone had to win.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Someone had to win this one, and it was them. Indeed. What's standing out for you in the box scores today, brother?
Jaren Jackson Jr., 6 blocks is back, 7 stocks today.
Oh, thank God. We did mention there was that buy low window on him. Look, I'm not going to say that it's closed, but no manager out there is just going to give up like a guy for a bag of peanuts after you get 7 stocks for the day. Like, that's incredibly good return. 20 points, sexy. 6 rebounds, great. 8 from 19. Look, 3 of those misses were threes. He didn't hit one, perfect from the line. You love that from him. But Derrick Rose in there getting some minutes. I love that from Derrick Rose. 27 minutes, 14 points. Could you stream in Derrick Rose right now?
No.
Why not?
No, I don't think so. No,
No?
his knees, he's too old. He's too inconsistent. We saw this earlier on in the season. He was very efficient from the field, and then next game he shut the bed. So for me, you'll get these games once every blue moon, but the next game he's not going to be able to back it up.
Yeah, look, I'm just like with Gilliard not getting any minutes right now as the backup point guard. I just think by committee, there might be you could eke out some of these occasional, let's call them vintage Derrick games, some vintage Rose games. I think you could eke out some of those here and there, but I don't think there's a lot of them around. Interesting enough today for the Utah Jazzers, they kind of sucked across the board, apart from one bloke whose name is Walker Kessler. He is playing starters minutes today. The minutes are ramping back up. For those of us who held him, this is the sign. He's rocketing back into top 100 value today. 4 from 11. I love the fact that he took the 2 threes out there again. I still don't know why they just don't put him near the rim. So the inefficiency there, great. The 8 rebounds, excellent. But the 6 blocks from him today, it's just him and Jaren Jackson having a Team USA block party, Mick.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 stocks again there. He's well and truly back. We need to see him back amongst the starters. I'm not sure how long Gert 7's going to stick there.
Mate, I think maybe a game or two. He's not playing the minutes. He's only out there for 15 minutes, and they've rolled him back out there for 28. And this is what you want to see. The 4 from 11, look, 2 of those were threes. So there's 4 from 9 from those closer in shots. We want to see that efficiency go up because that was the big bugbear with, I guess, Walker to begin the season, that the efficiency wasn't there. Mate, the one thing that I remember you saying, you were right out there, like in the preseason, Mickey, you're going like, he's going to shoot some more threes this season. You love the potential that he had to stretch the floor. If he gets 1 a game and he's only taking 2 and he's shooting 500 from 3, that's amazing.
That's delicious. Yep. Even just the fact that he's shown that he's willing to learn to shoot the 3, teams have to respect that. So that's then going to open up the floor for your likes of Keontae George and Jordan Clarkson. There's more room for them to work.
Yeah, 100%. Our next one of the day, talking about some work, the Pelicans going over 500 with this win to take it over the Philadelphia 76ers. Look, the Philadelphia 76ers were without Joel Embiid in the starting lineup, so he had an illness. That factors in very heavily to this. Zion has been on a bit of a tear lately. The 33, like that's a big stat line, Mick.
11 of 12 from the field, 11 of 12 from the line. When was the last time you saw the same field goal percentage to free throw percentage like that?
Not like that. 12 free throw attempts. And 11 and 12, I literally thought it was a cock up when I first saw it today. I was like, wait a second, what? Did they just copy and paste in the wrong cells?
Yeah,
but no,
right.
It's like 3 steals, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. But the efficiency for Zion on the free throw line has come up a little bit. That's massive for him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good CJ game.
Yeah, good without being great. But
Yep.
what did he shoot? 7 for 16, 3 from 8 from 3, 4 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block.
Yep.
I was watching this game for probably a half, and let me tell you, Zion was just an absolute bully. They just had no one to go with him. He was backing them down in the post. He was playing his ISO ball. They just had, like, you look at the 76ers and they've got Batum, they've got Covington, they've got Martin, they've got Morris.
Yep.
Bigger bodies that you think, yeah, you're going to be able to play some D. Nah, they look like babies.
Marcus was babied, so was Batum. Like, it was just like, it reminded me of this afternoon of watching some of the Clippers and Kings game where Kevin Huerter thought he could defend Kawhi Leonard for a second, and Kawhi just like bump, and the guy's like, just
see ya.
Like, just see you later. Like, Zion had his way today. A massive win for them. A 39-point first quarter to really just go out there and make a bit of a statement game. But again, without Joel, but this is a great starting 5 lineup, and this is the team that's going to get better as well with the return of Trey Murphy sooner or later. But this is a great team. Again, Valanciunas doing great things, Zion great, and old mate Brandon Ingram, happy to defer on this one, but the Pels getting a nice win there. No real pickups to look at through that team. This is the team that's clicking along in that way and making it work. The next one, we had the Nuggets getting a great win over the Rockets, who were Fred Van Vleetless. We've got Fred in a couple of leagues. You hate seeing Fred not play, don't you?
Yeah, don't like it. But it is what it is, I guess. Aaron Holiday got the start and did sweet fuck all.
Yeah, look, the 5 assists is okay. The 9 points, but 0 from 5 from deep. In a game where they kind of had a bit of a chance, Denver shot out of the blocks on this one. So they were chasing their tail the entire game. And it was the third quarter, they brought it back into a little bit more relevancy, the Rockets. But yeah, obviously the Nuggets just going away there and getting over the top at the win. I would like to say, though, what the biggest takeaway for me was Jalen Green, the playmaker with the 9 assists today. That looked very, very good.
That's a bit different from him, isn't it? He's not usually a helper, but 6 boards, 9 assists, 26 points on, 66% from the floor. That's really nice.
Yeah, that was a really nice game for him. So if ever Fred VanVleet is out for an extended period of time and you're wondering who to pick up or what to do, look, if they're going to roll this one and Jalen seems content to distribute the ball in this whole new Ime Udoka system, that's a great ad. But I just want to, my big takeaway is this. Sengun is still shit compared to Nikola Jokic. In fact, most basketball players are pretty just average next to Nikola Jokic because this line, 32 points plus 29, 15 assists, 10 rebounds, 12 of 19, 7 of 8 from the line. Geez, the man bloody did it all. He dripped in a 3 in there. He got yourself a steal. Look, if he could have got a block in that game, he would have filled up your box score. But I almost felt it was a bit of a like, fuck you, Alpy. You're not me.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps on saying,
I'm the big dog. Yep.
Yes. I'm the big dog energy.
Yep. Yep. Jokic just nicely putting him back in his spot.
Like this is, everyone's been like riding the tails of Alpy, but that's it there. But mate, I'm liking Jabari Smith Jr. He's showing out okay.
Yeah, he's doing okay. What I do want to bring up in this game, though, is Jamal Murray back from injury, hamstring injury.
Yep.
He sat out for a couple of weeks, 6 boards, 6 assists, 16 points on 4 of 14. Good stats without being great from the field. He will get better. So for those of you that held, well done.
There's a lot of people who are very concerned. Like I guess Hammy's Mick, you're a sportsman. Yeah. You've done heaps. What is just to put it into context, what does a hammy impact for you as an athlete when you're in this situation?
Everything. So you're talking about your speed burst, your ability to change directions, your ability to, those explosive movements. Like it's quite so the hamstrings are a group of muscles in the back of your leg, of course, but they just control so much of what you do, whether it's running, jumping. And we know with your jump shot, your power is based through your legs. So what more can I say? Like you need your hamstrings to be right. And the fact that he's come back, he's played 22 minutes straight into the starting lineup. He'll probably play between 22 and 26 minutes, I'd imagine, for the next couple of games just to get game ready. And then he'll be right to go. But again, for those of you that held him, well done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for those of you who do need to have a look at him, like obviously if you would have been absolutely desperate. Like you would have been absolutely desperate to have dropped him and you would have been losing your league. And there would have been someone in your league by now as well who would have picked him up off the waiver wire 100%. A long time ago. And I guess right now we can wrap it up with this one right now. That the Clippers are about to like seal the win. There's 3 minutes left of the fourth. I think they're going to seal it. They're up 125 to 111. De'Aaron Fox is at 38 points. Kawhi Leonard is putting on a show, 32 points. Great one from him. This game is like, this was over after half, but in traditional Kings style, they're putting up an absolutely gutsy tear, but there's no way they're going to get 14 points in 3 minutes, I would say. But no. James Harden. Do you like this from Hardy?
This is more of what I expect out of him, yeah.
26 points right now, 5 steals, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. The 5 assists, I think, is almost a little bit of an outlier. I would argue that it's a bit of an outlier, but this is much better shooting from him. 5 from 8 from downtown, and Kawhi just absolutely on a tear. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Sexy there. Sacramento, what are you liking in there?
Not much. I've got Sabonis in a couple of leagues, and he has shut the bed today. 5 boards, 3 assists, no stocks, 9 points, minus 19 from the field. He has gone 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, though, which is nice for him.
He's only made shots, Mick. At this point, there's only 2. None. He's made nothing close. He's like, you know what? Let me make it from as far away from the rim as I can get.
Yep.
Like he's got that one, but also. Our mate Vezenknoff getting 5 from 6 from the field, the 5 rebounds there, and the 13 points. Just an interesting thing to watch there with minutes and how they're distributing those, especially without Keegan Murray getting a little bit of a run right now.
Yeah, I think they've Sabonis has just subbed back in, but they were running their second unit a lot, and that's where they've got their run on here in the last. So now that Sab's back in the lineup, I anticipate, 4 minutes left, they'll just cruise to a victory here, the Clippers.
Yeah, and look, with his back injury, Keegan Murray is still out there. So keep your eyes on him. He's been dropped in a lot of leagues, but he's an integral part of what they're doing. Like, he's one of their young core guys. And so we're getting into that one. I guess without getting into that one, let's get into a bit of a game preview and what's to come.
He's heating up.
And also getting into things, don't forget to get into our sponsor, Bonus Bank. They are Australia's #1 match betting site. Now, Mick, I know that you love these guys. The tutorials, you love those.
Yep, get around them. I'm signed up. I'm financial with these guys, and it's teaching me a little bit about how to bet and how to maximize my income. I've already made a little bit of money out of them. We're going to promote safe gambling and bet responsibly, but got a little bit of extra money there in the piggy bank for Christmas presents. So it's nice.
And it's a good time to do that, especially as we move into the holiday season with Christmas presents. Look, it's low risk, risk-free. It's like there's a free option, sure, but for less than $2 a day, you can get onto one of their premium subscriptions with over 12 tutorials to teach you how to use match betting to your advantage. And that's what it's about, using advanced promo strategies to get real money back into your account, back into your bank with little to no risk. As you said, mate, people who are putting in the cash and making over $2.5K in their first couple of months, make sure you use promo code INSIGHT though. So if you use the promo code INSIGHT, you will get 25% off your first month of premium membership. That is the go. Make sure you sign up to our good friends at Bonus Bank. Mick, I'll talk you through these ones for a second, mate. Let's talk previews because we're on the back of a back-to-back set with the Wednesday, Thursday games. People have missed the Wednesday, guys. We should probably look to Thursday and Friday games because Thursday, there's 9 games. Friday, there's 6 games. So you might get an ad tomorrow, you might not. Saturday, you're probably not looking at making many moves because there's 12 games, 24 teams playing. You don't have a lot. So this is the time that if you really need to up yourself, these are the guys. So Thursday, Friday, you've got the Knicks and the Spurs. If you're thinking New York Knickerbockers, who are you thinking that you might want to bring into these guys in tomorrow's games for a bit of an ad?
For Knicks, you probably, you'd already know Robinson, Randall, these sorts of guys. They're all going to Brunson. They're already rostered in the majority of leagues. I'm not really liking Josh Hart at the moment. I'd probably prefer to go the way of Quickly or DiVincenzo if we're looking for streaming targets. Yeah,
look, Josh Hart's been inconsistent this season after the end. I was hopeful for Hardy. It just hasn't paid out for him this season. I don't know if he's unhappy. Quickly's been doing really well. He's been on an absolute tear. So if Quickly is around, I've loved having him in a league because he's just been really efficient lately. Like I didn't want to draft him, but he was still sticking around there in one of my leagues at the end. So I picked him up, and he has been like blistering from the field. The inefficiencies will always be there. Quentin Grimes, if you need some defensive stats for these blokes, this is probably one of the only ones I guess you could round out there. The San Antonio Spurs, anyone you like for a bit of a streaming option on the Spurs there, Mick?
No, not really, no.
No,
sorry.
And that's pretty much it.
You don't know what Pop's going to do. He rolls out a different lineup and rotates his reserves all the time. So I purposely steer clear of any Spurs players.
Yeah, I think that's probably a smart idea. It depends on what you're targeting. I guess if you're looking for assist, I think one of the most dependable assist options out there this season just has been Trey Jones. He's available in a lot of leagues. You can pick him up for. They've had a bit of a rest in between their games, the Spurs, so he might be fresh to go. Also fresh to go are going to be probably blokes like, look, everyone who's going to be rostered in the Spurs. Like, you're not going to get your Wemby's or your Vassell's or your Johnsons. Yeah. The only other guy is Champagne has been getting some extra minutes out of there lately. But yeah, they've been bringing Vassell in a little bit slowly. Sohan is available in some leagues as a streaming target. He will continue to draw the start. He will chip in a little bit across the board. And you never know what game is going to be better for him or a good game. So look for the starters there for your minutes and use those up for those 2 games on that one for both of those teams, because those are the only guys you're going to really look at. Mick, I guess you could say to maximize your return for 2 days.
Yep. That's right. Or Zach Collins even. He tends to play pretty well beside Wembanyama.
And Collins is available in some leagues. I was actually shocked the other day to see how much he was available in some Yahoo leagues. I actually thought he would be like over 90% rostered. He's rostered in 79. He's rostered in 79% of leagues. So this would probably tell me that if you're in a 10-team league, that he's probably more so on your wire. You think, Mick? in the 10 teamers, he's definitely a stream option for those 2 days, for those back-to-back games. So, like if you're in a 10-team league, looking at Zachy Collins, absolutely 100% there. For the rest of the week, though, there's no look. This is the shit thing. There's no real back-to-backs you can worry about because the guys go on Friday, Saturday are the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Pels, the Magic, and the Suns. But you've got your roster, Mick. Like if you look at yours, look, let's look up and look at. We'll check out our matchup. We're in ESPN together, isn't it, this week?
Yep.
Or is it Yahoo?
ESPN.
We're in ESPN. Let's both check our Saturday rosters right now. We'll do it. I like to do the real life exercise sometimes. I look at our matchup on the weekend right now, and you do it by this way. You simply just go to your roster. Do it when you get yourself a favor. Look to your Friday games and your Saturday games. And on your Saturday game, I'm stuffed. I'm done. I just need to rotate someone into my center spot if I can. Oh, Nick Claxton. There you go. I'll let my line up against you right now. I haven't done it yet. Should probably be more into it. And I've got to make a crucial cut in that league. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 8 players on the court at any one time. Mick, I've got Johnson off right now. I'm going to have to move him in for someone. I'm going to move in KCP. These are the things that we talk about when we do these exercises. Like you're not going to be able to have a roster move on Saturday. So this is where you have to maximize your Thursday and your Friday.
Yep, that's right. So I'm full up on Saturday. On Friday, I've got no one at the center, so I'll probably be looking to stream someone in. And Thursday, I've only got the 3 playing. So yeah, I'll be relying on my Friday, Saturday schedule.
I think you might be able to get. Oh no! Why am I saying who you could pick up? That's a dumb move, Matty.
We'll have a look shortly anyway.
Don't do that. I was just going to say maybe someone like Rashawn Holmes has been getting some minutes, but he hasn't been very bloody good. I'll drop him. Derek Lively is taken if you're looking for a big Nuggets. No, no, there. Grizzlies playing around. You can maybe bring Bismack Biyombo in for the Friday game.
Yep,
possibly someone like that. I guess the Magic.
Yeah, I think he's taken
Mo Wagner. Gogo Badadze around, and the Suns, Drew Eubanks, if you're looking for ways of good guys at the center spot. So that's exactly what you want to do. You want to look out and plan your days ahead on targets, especially with that Friday. But again, if you look at your Saturday matchup, all your guys are there. So are you going to sacrifice that one day for those one stats, or can you get them in the very next day? Most of the time, your answer is going to be no. And this is why we look to the Thursday, Friday, the Knicks and the Spurs to maximize those and then make sure we have roster spots filled for our Saturday up. Mick, I reckon we're pretty much done here, brother.
Yeah, love your work. Nice and efficient today. Nice little rundown. And I look forward to coming back on. I love these NBA shows. And to the rest of the NBA world, we'll see you soon.
Mate, thank you so much. It was our 100th episode. We're going to raise the bat. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our Inside Fantasy Sports content. Follow us at Inside F Sports. Inside NBA, giving you basically daily content. If you're here in Australia or anywhere around the world and you love your cricket, we've got BBL going on. We've got 2K going on. We have so much content out there. Like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications. That's the bell thing. Know when the latest app drops. And we'll see you soon. It's right down there. Take care, everyone.
Horse.